Hello, Will here. Today I wanted to do a review, just some comments about the DJI FPV goggles when using them with the Mavic Air. I did quite a bit of searching around on YouTube for information on the DJI goggles before I made the purchase. By the way, I got these using the $100 off coupon code that was just out, so that was a big bonus on getting these. But there are a few drawbacks that I've ran into that I hadn't seen anybody talking about on YouTube, on some of the other reviews, and that's specific to using the goggles with equipment other than the Mavic Pro. And I haven't used it with anything other than the Mavic Air myself, but I think some of these would probably apply to other drones. Specifically, you have to plug it in with a cable. I'm well aware of that. That wasn't an issue for me. But what I didn't think about by doing that is you lose the phone. Wasn't so much worried about what I see on the phone, but all of the telemetry. When you fly with the DJI app, you get flight data, telemetry about how high you went, how far you went, a GPS track of the entire trip. It also caches the videos that you've taken from that flight to the phone. Now, they're of lower quality than what's stored on the drone, I realize, but it's phenomenal for being able to make a quick edit, throw together like a highlight reel of the footage that you just took with your drone, post it up on Facebook or something like that to let your friends know what you've just done. But you lose all that when you go over to the FPV goggles. Now, you get much more cinematic shots using the FPV goggles. I will get a lot closer to things. You just feel more immersed, and the image quality coming back to these is amazing. The range is there. But those things are something that I ran into while using these that I really kind of missed, and they weren't really talked about online before I made the purchase of these. So just to let everybody know that there's a lot of things you miss when you go to these. Love this little Mavic Air. I came from the unique Q500 with the 4K, and this thing is just so rock solid. I just love it. I've had it about 2 weeks now, and according to the app, I've got 58 flights on that little guy. And that's one of the things you just lose going with these goggles is I think that I've had about 6 flights with the goggles, but I really don't have that record that I can go back to. Another thing is it had an SD card slot. I did see a lot of information out there about having the SD card slot, and I kind of thought that it would cache some of that video that it was receiving to that SD card and give you some of the abilities to do some of that things, maybe transfer it back over to your phone. But from what I can tell, that's not the case. It hasn't stored anything to the SD card in the goggles. The only solution that I have really found is if you step down to shooting from 4K into 1080 30 frames a second, you can transfer those 1080 videos from the drone into the app wirelessly through the controller. But that really kind of stinks. I mean, if you're out and you want to get 4K footage so that you can bring it in to, say, Final Cut and make a final edit, I just hate that I have to make that choice up front that I'm going to step down my overall quality. That way I can share it quickly, or keep the high quality footage and have to bring it home, go through my edits and all that before I can share any of that. So if you guys have any solutions to that, throw them down in the comments below. I'm more than willing to either revise this video, throw some information out there, but it's something that I've been battling with. I don't regret buying the goggles, but it will limit how much I use the goggles. I thought when I got these things, I'm going to be flying with these 80% of the time or better. And I don't think that's going to be the case. Unfortunately, when I want to get in close or I want to get some really nice cinematic shots, I'll probably use these. But for average flights where I'm just out gathering some stuff, I'll just take the drone and the controller and the DJI app. So appreciate you guys stopping by and looking. And like I said, if you have any comments, please throw them down below. I'm always willing to learn. Bye.